In 1997, Eric Brewer was drafted by the New York Islanders in the first round with the 5th overall selection, and it was off to the East Coast and the American Hockey League to continue his NHL journey.
It was very exciting. I felt, his excitement and his family's excitement, and I spoke to them all shortly after, and I knew that it was a really big deal, and we were just really excited for him.
Ironically enough, as I sit here in Tampa, there was a lot of talk about me going to Tampa. I think they were 7 or 8 at that time. But you never really know how things go, what teams you're thinking.
Very exciting. He was very happy. Some kids were getting drafted and traded same day, so it's sort of an eye-opener as to how things really work when you get up there.
We also knew that the draft part of it was only part of it. Getting there and staying there was the tough part.
I really embraced the change. I really wanted to get myself out there and see where I fit in.
We had so many decisions to make. I was going to school and he was getting drafted by New York, which felt, very far from where we were from.
The demands of the game were much different though. There was some learning going on there for sure, but it was a good place to start. Like when Lindros was on the ice at that time in Philly or Gretzky was on for the Rangers, they were yelling for me to get off the ice anyway. So I think it worked out for the best.
After 2 seasons with the Islanders, Eric found himself in somewhat similar surroundings. Before the start of the 2000 season, Eric was traded to the Edmonton Oilers. Growing up in Edmonton myself, I can appreciate the significance of playing in the old Northlands Coliseum.
Western Canada was the 80s Oilers, right? Like they were the real deal, obviously, and everybody liked them. I was quite excited. It was a big change, obviously. More of a blue-collar town in Edmonton. I was much more familiar with it, being from BC, small town BC, and playing junior Prince George. Come back to Edmonton was kind of right in my wheelhouse.
To be playing for a Canadian team and closer to home, and they were like sort of a young, exciting team to be part of.
They were really good at working with young players and playing a style of game that was probably a bit more suited to me at that time. Craig McTavish, Billy Moores, Kevin Lowe, they understood the young players' game, where you fit in.
There's a lot of good guys there. They sort of took Eric under their wings and helped him out.
Charlie Huddy, he's a real good man. He was patient, but he had some staple things in terms of footwork and preparing yourself for corner play or in front of the net, stick position, things like this that, probably only a D-man could tell you at times, because he'd played for 20 years of great hockey and championships. But they had certain expectations. They were patient with us, but they pushed us. It was a good thing for me. It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
In 2002, the Winter Olympics came to Salt Lake City, Utah, and Eric was honored to be named to Canada's national team. He would help lead his country to its first gold medal in hockey in 50 years.
I can remember when he phoned us and he goes, Mom and Dad, I just got chosen for the team. And it's like, ooh, really?
Expectations were very high. I mean, it was the big buzz then, obviously. All of it was just a lot in this period of time that almost overwhelming. There was just so much emphasis on it.
I got to know him very well. I was very impressed with him, very poised for a young guy, in a situation like that, and he played very well on that team.
The one thing that really stands out was, he had guys like Stevie and Rob Blake and Joe Sakic, and the list goes on and on and on. They're very humble, very just easygoing people. Would engage you in a conversation, ask you how things are going, how the game was going, what you think. It was outgoing without trying. It was just them being them.
That's one of the most exciting things I've ever been involved with, and it was just an awesome thing being a Canadian down in Salt Lake, and just bizarre, really.
Another thing where you come home and you go, wow, what really just happened to us? Yeah, and aren't we fortunate and humbled to be a part of such a magical experience.
You got these fantastic hockey players, walk-in Hall of Famers, just treating you like one of the guys. That stuff goes a long way with me. I find it, find it cool. It was really one of those good feelings for sure. It really helped push me along.